In this video, we'll take a look at how you can build an academic task using a combination of Gemini, Luvvoice, and Snorkl. So we'll start here. Again, we're going to take a look at an example here of how to create one of those retail as seen tasks that you might see on exams like the LPAC. And we'll start here by creating that kind of four square images that the kids might look at that they would have to listen to and then retell. So from this sample that's already been built here, we said create a four square showing four activities of daily life at a California mission. This was the first iteration that it came up with, and it looks like a really actually for a great scene of the California mission. But we do see one issue here is that if you come up when you prompt it to create your image, it's gonna sometimes it's gonna label it with text. And on examples like the LPAC, you're not going to see that kind of text, and that's fine. So all you have to do is you're gonna reprompt it. Now, when you prompt from the very beginning, before you type this in, before you send the prompt, you want to come here to tools and then turn on create image. Have that turned on. You should see that right there. Then you hit enter, and then it's going to create your image. Otherwise, it'll kind of give you like a it might not do it won't do nearly as good of a job, or it might just give you some text. So with this text here that we have with sorry that this image that we have here that has text that we don't want, you can simply reprompt by saying remove the text from the image, and then it's thinking again. Make sure you have the create image stays turned on, and then here's what it looks like. It then removed the text from the image, and this is an image that we can use for a task like this. And you can simply just click the download button right here to have it onto your computer and download it. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and download it for a second. So the next thing we want to do is come up with like a script that you can either read out loud to the students or even use as a recording for the kids to listen to as they look at this picture for this task. So continuing here, you then turn off create image and say write a 2 minute passage describing these four scenes. Again, you want to get your prompt right. So as you'll see here, there was an error that I learned that when I said 2 minute passage just grabbing these four scenes, it did 2 minutes for each scene. And as you look through here, this is way too long for this kind of of task here. So after a couple prompts, I trial and error, I finally got to a good prompt that says 30 seconds read per picture, 2 to 3 sentences, and it made it much more concise and shorter. So what I'm going to do here is now that I have this text here, this is something that either I can record myself reading or we're going to come here, we're going to copy this text. In this case here, we're going to come to Love Voice. And Love Voice is going to help us turn this text, this script here that we just pulled from Gemini into something the kids can listen to. So once you have your text, you're going to go ahead and paste it in here to Love Voice. And then I'm going to get rid of these titles here and clean this up just a tad. All right. And then you scroll down. You're going to choose your voice from the different AI natural sounding voices that you want. Let's choose Christopher right here. And then you click generate, and it'll take a second here.
In the warmth of the sun, women prepare the day's sustenance by grinding maize on stone metates and kneading dough for the outdoor ovens. One woman
So in this case here, it's about a minute and a half, which is roughly what we were looking for, around 30 seconds for each of the four sections total. So once you listen to the whole thing, again, you want to listen to the whole thing, make sure that it doesn't mispronounce because it can. If you find a word that's mispronounced, you may have to spell it phonetically and then regenerate. So once you finally get to one that is you find this is good for you to use, you're going to click on the download button right here. Download to your computer. And now that we've built the image, the script with Gemini, and then brought that script to life with Love Voice, now we're going to deliver it to students to interact with on Snorkl. So we have all that information downloaded. We're going to come here to Snorkl, and you can come here to create an activity. We're going to call this a retell a scene. California missions. All right. What I'm going to do here, we're going to go ahead. Let's say we want to make this an audio only here. In this case, where they're gonna talk about it. So I'm going to click audio only. Click here to add the question. I'm going to come to the picture button. I'm going to upload the image that I downloaded earlier. Let's go to my downloads and find where that went. Somewhere in my computer. There it is. And we're going to resize it so it's just the right size. Then we have the microphone button here in Snorkel. I want to click there. And if you click audio, I can read that script to you, or I've already downloaded it from Luvvoice. I'm going to click here, my device. And there's my Luvvoice file here on my Chromebook. And it's going to upload that. Again, your audio can be no more than 10 minutes. There's a little play button. So what I'm going to do here is put a little instruction next to the audio button here. Click this button to listen. There we go. Move that right there. There we go. And I'm going to add one more instruction after you listen to the story. Explain and summarize the story with as many details as you can. Yep. And now simply click done editing. We come down here. So normally I would say generate from question. And what's going to happen here, it's going to generate the criteria. But it's going to make up a rubric. If you were doing the LPAC version of this, you have the LPAC rubric. You can then edit this AI generated rubric, and by just you can remove it and then copy and paste the LPAC version in there, and then it will then grade the students based off of the LPAC rubric and not the AI generated one here by Snorkl. So if you scroll down here, you'll see this answer criteria. This is what Snorkl suggests using as criteria. It's probably pretty good, but if you want to have fidelity to the LPAC, simply click edit, and then you can just select all this, edit, delete it, and then paste in your LPAC rubric text in here, and then you'll be able to give students feedback based off of the parameters of the LPAC. I'm just going to leave that there for now. And you can then try it out as a student, or you can assign. So if you're going to assign this, once you're all ready, you can then choose your class. And you may want to give them, maybe limit the number of attempts they have. Maybe say you want to give them, okay, you have 3 tries. Then you assign it. Go to your activity. You're going to click share. And right here in Google Classroom, you then add this to the Google Classroom of your choice. And just like that, you have assigned this activity, academic task, where kids are going to be retelling a scene by looking at a picture and listening to it, all created with Gemini and Luvvoice, and then delivered to the students with Snorkl. If you have any questions on how this works, feel free to reach out at any time.